Hello and welcome to the first episode of Rangers Weekly News, the unofficial source for QPR's latest and greatest news of the week. I am Suzanne Surgat and we have a jam-packed show for you today, so let's head straight to the kickoff. The main news, QPR lost again with a 1-0 score against Stoke, who won their second league game this season. The solitary goal was scored by Charlie Adam, who volleyed a loose ball from inside the penalty box. This is Rangers' 7th defeat in all of 11 games, with 4 draws. The game's possession was fairly dominated by the Rangers, but their lack of clinical finishing disappoints them again. With Adel Taarabt missing most of the chances, the whole team, who was without their injured Korean midfielder Park Ji-sung, defender Fabio and striker Andrew Johnson played really well heading up the pitch and also keeping possession, but shows a lackluster finishing in the final third. Even when Bobby Zamora was brought in to inject strength in attack later in the game, the team actually found it even harder to penetrate Stoke's defence, who was led by Hughes and Shawcross. After the match, Rangers chairman Mr. Tony Fernandez, who refused to press the panic button just yet, finally showed some sort of concern by posting a tweet on 11th of November, quote, "We got to cut out errors. One error cost us and we got to take our chances. Team played as planned, must win next win, no panic. Table is compressed. Defense was awful, now fairly solid. Midfield strong, got to score now. We have got to say one cannot be more specific and at the same time more detailed than that." Based on the tweet, Mr. Chairman obviously pointed out strengths and weaknesses of the team and urges to improve on some areas, especially on the attack. With the midfield played by Granero, Diakite and the accurate Argentinian passer Alejandro Fraulin, the team looked powerful in the middle of the park on the game against Stoke. Rangers manager Mark Hughes now admitted that if they lost or even draw with Southampton at Loftus Road on Saturday, he might get the big boot from the club. London24.com reported that Mark Hughes now projects a sense of urgency to win. Quote, "Everyone knows the significance of the game against Southampton now. I have the confidence in players to turn this around, but it needs to happen next week," Hughes told The Independent. This is apparently becoming a serious issue as the Rangers are now 11 games without a win, and they are rooted at the bottom of the league table. In another note, Mark Hughes also defends the Moroccan maestro Adel Taarabt for his missed chances during the game. London24.com reported that the manager rates the midfielder's performance as really effective, but he admitted a lack of clinical finishing had cost them points. Speaking about Adel Taarabt, the Moroccan playmaker was targeted by fellow Londoners Arsenal if Wenger fails to sign teenage sensation Zaha from Crystal Palace. According to a report by the Daily Mail, the Gunners would try to sign the Ivorian and English winger Wilfred Zaha, who has been tagged an unrealistic £20 million price tag. If they were to fail, Wenger was reported to be interested in signing Rangers key man Taarabt instead. Responding to this, manager Mark Hughes then slammed the news, stating that Adel Taarabt is better off being at QPR. A report by Goal.com stated that Mark Hughes commented that the player is making a good progress staying in QPR and that he would have a future staying at the club. Mark Hughes is obviously a big fan of Adel Taarabt. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Taarabt is currently one of the most promising raw talent in the Premier League. He's good at dribbling, passing and shooting as well. He has enormous talent and could go far in his career. We do think that if Taarabt stays at QPR, he will have more time to play and to develop his weaknesses and polish his strengths. One player who is never going to Arsenal is Brazilian stopper Julio Cesar. According to London24.com, Julio Cesar was actually negotiating with Arsenal during the recent transfer window and almost made a deal before rejecting them to join QPR in a 4-year deal. He then explained that the reason why he rejected Arsenal and joined QPR was that he wanted to stay in London and was thinking about a life after retirement. How sweet. Maybe that's why he was so emotional in this YouTube video.
Que você colocou, eu acho que pelo teu jeito de ser, você vai sonhar com isso um bom tempo, né? Essa indecisão, isso que você já colocou.
É um gol que vai me machucar muito, cara. É um gol que...
Entrou no carro agora, o Júlio César entrando no carro.
E por aqui chegando o Cleverson.
Aqui para que ele pudesse deixar esse local. Deixa eu tentar chegar no Júlio aqui. Júlio, tô aqui. Júlio. Tá emocionado, muito emocionado a imagem aqui, olha, o Júlio César muito emocionado, abraçando a esposa. O Júlio César chorando, bora. Júlio César chorando, abraçado com a esposa. É a mãe dele, Júlio César abraçado com a mãe, chorando muito, muito emocionado, deixando agora o aeroporto. A mãe do goleiro Júlio César veio receber.
That QPR's project and mission is relevant to his, and he wanted to be a part of that project. Wow, good for him. Speaking about QPR's decimal start of the season, according to tribalfootball.com, Julio Cesar insists that the players are still getting used to each other. Quote, "That's why QPR haven't won yet. We don't have an identity yet. But let me tell you, we are on the right track." Whether they are on the right track or not, we can be sure that the game against Southampton this week could be crucial. It could be the pivotal point for QPR this season. We hope that QPR would get a win at Loftus Road this weekend. I mean, where else can QPR season start if not at own home ground, right? That's it for this week's show, guys. Leave a comment down below on what you think QPR should do to turn their fortunes around this season. Should Mark Hughes get the sack? Comment down below or tweet me at KiaraLily90 with the hashtag #OurWeeklyNews. Any comments on the show? Email us at d2btelevision@gmail.com. Please do support us and subscribe on our YouTube channel for the latest content and future shows. Don't forget to catch the show again next week on the same YouTube channel, D2D channel. This is Suzanne Serget. Thanks for watching Rangers Weekly News.